Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. Taking a couple of these snakes outside in the sun. Beautiful day in South Ohio. It is actually not too bad out today. It's been in the 90s, but today it's probably in the high 80s, so perfect temperature to get these snakes out, not having to worry about them overheating or anything like that. So this is a 2-year-old Burmese python. She had a rabbit on her last meal, so I think this meal, her next meal, will probably get a jumbo rat. So she's not gigantic. She definitely is not overfed. She's not overweight either. I've noticed some people do feed their Burms multiple times a week. She has not been doing that for me. She will take a meal basically at about 10 days. Every 10 days she'll eat. Anything less than that, she basically just will refuse eating. So it's just basically on her schedule when she wants to eat and when she wants to grow. But she's growing a ton now that she's on much larger meals. But I will have to say I do feel bad for the people in the South that cannot own these. I understand the reasoning of why, but they're just magnificent animals. They're beautiful animals, and overall I've had a great experience with her over the last 2 years of owning her. Now when she gets up to 14 to 15 feet, hopefully nothing changes with that, but as you can see, she's sweet, docile, and no problems at all. So this is a pearl, beautiful yellows and whites, and very nice white belly on her. Kind of orangey or yellowy eyes. So it's the albino and the hypo combo. Both are amazing by themselves, but I would prefer to have them together, and then we get the pearl. So just taking a couple of these snakes outside, show you guys how they look in the natural sunlight, and we'll get out the anaconda next. Alright, so we'll take out the albino boa before we get out the anaconda. So we haven't seen her in a while, but she's doing very well, looking very nice. And the one thing is that I like the albinos, but the one thing that I will complain on is that they're extremely vibrant and bright when they're babies, but they dull out so much when they get to be adults. It's a shame. A lot of people like to go with the sun glows just because the sun glows are much brighter. They stay brighter as adults. And you can see that she's a decent size on her. She's on large to extra large rats every couple weeks. Now I always thought the boas were pretty muscular and a pretty good snake to hang on to. And they had really good grip when they wanted to, but after holding, now that the Burmese is growing up and the anacondas are growing up, these snakes kind of feel like wet noodles when you hold on to them, because it's just incredible how strong the Burms are and the anacondas are, and they're not even that big yet, to be honest. Like they're tiny, and they're bigger than her, they're bigger than the boas. But in general, they're tiny. But this girl right here, I mean, she does have a lot of grip. She can hang on to you if she wants to. If she's scared she's gonna fall or something like that, she'll grip onto you pretty well. But it's not anything that's gonna be or do any damage to you. But I just love the boas. You know, after getting the ball pythons and getting all the other species that I have, I always go back to the boas because they're just way more. I don't know, they look better, they're more sociable, they're just a nicer snake to own, I think, and then of the size as well. I do like the bigger snakes, but there are nice ball pythons, which, you know, I do have some of those that I personally do enjoy, but I just wanted to show you guys this girl right here, just because we haven't seen her in a while, and she looks phenomenal. She's excited to be out. We'll look at her coloration on her tail just a little bit if it shows up. So she hasn't lost all of her pigment, all of her coloration, but unfortunately, like I said, she's not vibrant like she was as a baby, but just a sweetheart of a snake. Most boas are. I do have one or two that are kind of cranky, which you guys know who I'm talking about on those, but man, I just love the boas. I can show you guys boas all day. Alright, so we'll end off with Pop-Tart. This is the 3-year-old anaconda, and the albino was about, I'd say 4 or 5 years old, so I'm not pumping them up to breed them or anything like that, so I'm just letting them grow naturally on how they want to grow, on the food that I'm giving them. But this girl right here is definitely a little bit bigger than the other two that we had out, and definitely thicker. But you know, she's not massive by any means. She's not really that much longer, but she's very strong and very, very muscular. So she likes being outside. She likes seeing the sun, being in the grass, getting a little taste of nature, which she is captive born, so she doesn't really know what that is. But this girl is gorgeous, and she's on rats or extra jumbos or whatever you want to call them every couple of weeks, growing nicely, and probably one of the sweetest snakes that I own, and just a phenomenal snake to have around. I'm glad the boas and the Burm are as gentle as she is, so there's really no issues with 99% of the snakes that I own, and every single snake is curious on the camera, which I don't know why, but if I mow the grass, it's a little long right now. It's been raining, so it's been tough to mow. I put her down and let her move through, but she'd probably get lost in the grass with how long it is, and then with her coloration. But very excited to see how she will be in the near future. She should be growing a lot now that she is on rabbits, but just wanted to show you guys her in the natural sunlights. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your day. Just a quick update on some of the snakes, and that is all.